kind of been the definition of a sensible family SUV. It's trusted, it's reliable, it's just one of those cars you can always count on. But for 2027, Toyota is taking sensible and, well, throwing it right out the window. They're making a huge change. The Highlander is going all electric.
So we've got to dive into this because this is so much more than just a new model. It is a massive gamble, especially for a company like Toyota that's famous for playing it safe. They are betting the entire future of one of their most important cars on a technology that has their loyal fan base completely divided.
So today, we're going to break it all down. We'll start with the radical new design, then we'll step inside the tech-filled cabin. We'll explore why this is such a high-stakes gamble for Toyota, see how it stacks up against its rivals, hear directly from some shocked fans, and finally, unpack what Toyota's real strategy is here.
All right, first up, let's just look at how Toyota's completely reimagined this thing. And I'm not talking about a minor facelift. This is a total transformation of a beloved family hauler.
Now, this change might feel like it came out of nowhere, but it's really the next logical step if you look at the Highlander's history. I mean, it was a unibody pioneer way back in 2001 and one of the very first hybrid SUVs on the market in 2006. So in a way, going all electric is just the next chapter in its long story of innovation.
But make no mistake, this chapter looks completely different. Toyota's using its new hammerhead design language with that really sleek, full-width LED light bar right up front. It's got these flush electronic door handles for better aerodynamics, and the whole vehicle is longer, wider, and lower, which gives it a much more muscular, modern stance, especially with those optional 22-inch wheels.
And underneath that new skin, you've got a few key choices. The base front-wheel drive model gets you 221 horsepower and a pretty respectable 287 miles of estimated range. But if you step up to all-wheel drive, you get a much healthier 338 horsepower. And with the bigger battery pack, well, that's where you hit the magic number.
And this is the number that really matters to anyone thinking about buying an EV, 320 miles. That's the max estimated range on the higher-end models. This number is absolutely crucial because it puts the Highlander right in the middle of the fight with its main competition.
That impressive range gets you where you need to go. But for a family car, the journey itself is just as important, right? So let's step inside the cabin, where Toyota is really trying to balance high-tech features with family-friendly practicality. The interior is just a massive leap forward. A huge 14-inch touchscreen is now standard, along with the 12.3-inch digital display for the driver. But the real win for families comes from that stretched wheelbase, which creates a third row that's actually genuinely adult-friendly. Add in the largest panoramic glass roof Toyota has ever made and a kind of ridiculous 18 cup holders, and you've got a seriously modern and practical cabin.
But here's a feature that's completely new for a Toyota in North America, and it's a total game changer. Vehicle-to-Load, or V2L. This technology basically turns your family SUV into a giant mobile power bank.
And this has some huge real-world benefits. Forget just driving the car. Now you can use its battery to power your whole campsite, run a blender at a tailgate party, or even provide backup power to essential appliances in your house during the blackout. It's a massive practical advantage.
All these new features, they really point to a much bigger story. This isn't just about a new model. This is a high-stakes gamble for Toyota. It marks a huge pivot in their entire strategy.
For years, Toyota was the world's hybrid champion, right? They were famously cautious and even skeptical about going all in on battery electrics. The old strategy was all about gradual change. The new strategy? Taking one of their core, best-selling family vehicles and making it EV only. That is a massive bet and a complete reversal of their public stance.
However, and this is key, they haven't completely abandoned their traditional buyers. The larger Grand Highlander, which has been a smash hit, will continue to offer the gas and hybrid powertrains that people know and love. Think of it as Toyota's safety net. But Toyota isn't making this move in a vacuum. The three-row electric SUV market is getting pretty crowded. So how does this new Highlander actually stack up against the competition?
As you can see, the numbers are tight. I mean, really tight. With an estimated 320 miles of range, it's neck and neck with the upcoming Hyundai Ioniq 9 and super competitive with the Kia EV9. But where rivals are betting on futuristic design or tech-heavy interiors, Toyota's ace in the hole is the name itself. They're betting that the decades of trust built into the Highlander brand will be its biggest advantage.
So Toyota's betting big on that brand name, but there's a huge problem. The very people who built that brand, the loyal owners, are, in many cases, in total shock.
When the news broke, the reaction from longtime owners was immediate, and it was visceral. This wasn't just quiet concern. It was blunt rejection from the heart of their customer base. The comment sections of owner forums and news sites were just flooded with simple, direct opposition. There was no negotiation, just a clear line in the sand from people who love the vehicle they have now.
And this question right here, it perfectly captures the disconnect. This isn't just resistance to new technology. It's a reaction rooted in very real practical concerns about charging infrastructure, range anxiety on a long family road trip, and the still higher upfront cost of EVs, all things the traditional Highlander solve perfectly.
So let's put it all together. It all comes down to this one simple question. Can a familiar name sell a brand new future?
Here's the strategy in a nutshell. Toyota is leveraging the Highlander name to make EV adoption feel less like a radical leap and more like a normal upgrade. Instead of trying to out-design the futuristic Kia EV9, they want to out-normalize it, making an electric three-row SUV feel as familiar and dependable as the gas one before it. And of course, they have the Grand Highlander ready for anyone who isn't ready to make that switch.
So that's the billion-dollar question, isn't it? Is this a genius move to bring mainstream families into the electric era using a name they already trust? Or has Toyota misjudged its own customers and gambled away the loyalty of one of its most successful models? I guess only time will tell.